Hi, Cities. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you are doing great. So, I saw this video of a white woman who is all in tears, hyperventilating, and all that, screaming how is she supposed to survive. That she is struggling so hard to leave her kids and all that. That she is trying to make, I mean, her life is just a cut and fix, according from what she is saying. So she is asking question, how is she supposed to survive in this economy? And I am asking, who did you vote for? Fafun, you all are getting the reward of all you all voted for. November 5th, Black people were hyperventilating, crying, and the rest of it. I saw all of it. I cried so badly too. I was in a very horrible mood for how many days? I was really angry about the whole thing. So Black people knew what was coming, what you all voted in, and they said it. Now check out everything Black people said are happening one after the other. When I say they are happening one after the other. There is no miss, and that tells a lot. Now, in your next life, or in the next how many years to come, I am sure a lot of people will not forget this 2025 because you see, this year it is opening a lot of people's eyes. And for those that will not learn from what is going on, we never learn. Next time, when Black people tell you people something, you all better listen because when OG speaks, you are supposed to listen. You know what? Let's get into this video.
Somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying. I need somebody to fucking tell me they're lying right fucking now. Because what the fuck do you mean that I'm not gonna get my fucking SNAP benefits? What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't. What the fuck am I gonna do? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Breathe.
You wouldn't be surprised at what's going on right now as a white person if you listened to the Black community, if you listened to indigenous communities. You would not be surprised at all. But there's this idea that we know better, and it lands on both sides of the aisle, on both sides of the spectrums. Alt-right Republicans, fucking Yahtzees, think they know the best way. Some white leftists, communists, think they know the best way. But the point is, there are communities that have been through this shit for centuries because of us, and they can see what the fuck is going to happen before we do. Being in the oppressor class, we operate with such a massive amount of privilege that we're going to miss a whole fuckload of things. You would not be surprised at how this shit is playing out again if you listened to Black and Indigenous communities and other communities of color that saw this shit coming 250 fucking miles away. We are not the standard. Even when we think we know or have the most knowledge or can tell what's coming, these other communities called it years ago. And now we're on our own. Because a lot of these other communities, again, rightfully so, said, hey, fuck you, we told you it was coming. You still decided to vote this way. Good luck. And nobody's bailing us out. And that's going to lead to like a panic attack that happens every day for 4 years. There are going to be massive mental health and physical health outcomes in European Americans. If we could operate outside of the fact that we thought we were the fucking standard and we saw the humanity in everyone else and understood our complicity in all this shit, took ownership, took accountability, decolonized our brains and our minds, this could have turned out differently. But again, the majority of white people think they know what's best. And that is creating as much harm as possible for Black, Indigenous communities of color.
So this is so apparent in your face. I pray this video reaches every corner of America, if not every corner of the world. You know what pisses me off about a Trump supporter? You know what's the top 3 things that piss me off about a Trump supporter is their inability to admit when they're wrong. Their biggest fear in life, they don't care if they were about to be tortured for 8 months straight, as long as they don't have to admit when they're wrong. It's their biggest fucking fear. The referees will let Patrick Mahomes get spearheaded head-to-head contact for 4 quarters straight, no penalties, before a Trump supporter even fucking contemplates being wrong. What became so apparent to me that just reignited my burning hatred for Trump supporters? What could it have possibly been? It's this entire movement to cancel out DEI. And their reasoning for doing so is they say that they want a system based on merit. That's their whole thing. A system based on merit. Get rid of DEI. America isn't a racist country. America isn't a sexist country. The history you've been taught is a lie and propaganda from the deep state. None of that evil shit actually happened. All we need is a system based on merit and everything will be okay. That's what they tell y'all. And then what do? One, they promote a system based on merit and then they go try to make fucking Matt Gaetz the attorney general. That's not a system based on merit. When did they double down on it? Pete Hegseth being in charge of the fucking military is not a system based on merit. How did they triple down on it? Today, when they got rid of those Department of Justice officials. And the reasoning they said that they fired those Department of Justice officials is because they didn't believe that they would carry out Trump's agenda. That has nothing to do with merit. Y'all are telling on yourselves in real time, and you don't even have the balls to stand on what you're trying to do. If it was a system based on merit, the people doing their fucking job wouldn't have gotten fired because they don't believe that they'll bend the knee to Donald Trump. Have I not been saying this for the last, I don't know how many fucking posts? It has nothing to do about merit or qualifications or any shit like that. The only thing you need to do to have a job in the federal government, to have power in the American government, is to bend the knee to Donald Trump. They just fucking did it. We didn't fire these people because they went against the Constitution or because they broke the law or because they didn't fulfill their responsibilities. We only fired these people because we don't believe they're going to say yes to Trump no matter what. So when Trump doesn't take any more civil rights cases, or when Trump wants to go against the Constitution, or when Trump wants to harm American citizens, or when Trump wants to do whatever the fuck he wants, inside or outside of the law, we're going to fire the people who we believe won't just say yes. That's what fucking scares me. I don't know if we'll have a presidential debate in 2028 because the motherfucker in office right now wants control of the military and the legislative branch and the judicial branch, and he wants all of Congress to be in his back pocket. He wants those private investigators that are independent from the government to be gone. I think it's going to take a full-on revolution to get these motherfuckers out of the government. Out of all the rules and all the things in the Constitution and all the processes that have already been ignored and broken, like how the fuck somebody who didn't do a peaceful transfer of power gets to return to the presidency is fucking beyond me. When those January 6ers broke the law on video, clear, cut, plain as day, and then got a pardon because it was in the name of Donald Trump. And only people who say yes to Donald Trump can be in the federal government. Are y'all not seeing this? 2016 to 2020, Donald Trump got a taste of checks and balances. He's used to being CEO, head honcho in charge, do what I say. He got to the fucking government, realized it doesn't work like that. He's been on a fucking tirade, hissy fit ever since he lost in 2020. And now this time around, the only thing he's focused on is, hey, all these obstacles and hurdles I had to jump through in fucking 2016 to try to get things done, we're not doing that anymore because every seat that got in my way before, I'm now going to fill with my loyalists. And if you're not my loyalist, you're out of here. That's not democracy. That's not you voting for somebody to represent you and the majority of your community, and then they go out and do it. That's you voting for somebody, and then they either fold and say, okay, Donald, whatever you say, or they say, fuck you entirely and choose Donald Trump all the same. A democracy? Or what do they call it today? A democratic republic? Whatever fucking term y'all put on it, it's far away from it. It's an oligarchy that is quickly becoming a dictatorship, authoritarianism, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's not the America people went to war and fucking died for. I guarantee you, people did not go to war and fight for America so that some orange motherfucker can come in and get rid of DEI and executive orders that protected people of color and women, and get rid of immigrants that are a large part of the working force in America and pay taxes. If the almost 3,000 illegal immigrants they have rounded up so far are all truly awful criminals that have done awful acts, fine, round them up. But I'm not going to sit here and believe that y'all go and round up almost 3,000 illegal immigrants in 1 week and every single one of them is a criminal. If I'm wrong and that's the case, I would very much like to know each and every one of their charges. Almost 3,000 people rounded up in a week. But y'all don't do anything for these mass shooters or these child rapists or anything until after the fact, even though they've been posting weird shit online and manifestos online. Y'all don't look into those and go round them up. It's just the illegal immigrants that y'all can round up 3 grand of them in less than a week. If they're all criminals, like y'all say they are, by all means, deport them. If anything, American prison is fucking awful. It's one of the last places on earth where fucking slavery is legal. So instead of deporting them there and letting them be free in their home country, if they're such a bad criminal, put them in fucking prison here. Or would that be illegal because they're not actually criminals and you have nothing to go off of besides deporting them? No, really. If they're illegal immigrants and they're criminals, why grab them up and deport them? Why not just jail them here? Put them into the same bullshit prison workforce that so many other American citizens are suffering from. Why don't you put them there? Because you can't. Like, when do y'all fucking look in the mirror and say, holy shit, I could be fucking wrong? The point of this is that you cannot tell me that, oh, they're getting rid of fucking DEI so that we can finally have a system based on merit. And I see Matt Gaetz get nominated to be the fucking attorney general. I don't care if it went to shit. It should have never been nominated in the first fucking place. And then I see word for word Department of Justice officials fired because we do not believe that they will fulfill Trump's agenda. What the fuck does that have to do with merit? That's what we've been trying to tell y'all the whole time. It's not merit when the merit is measured by the motherfucker in charge. It has nothing to do with merit. All it has to do with, hey, you're going to do whatever I say, no matter who it hurts, no matter who is negatively impacted, no matter if it's against the Constitution, no matter if it's against the fucking law. As long as you do what I say do, and it's in line with my perspective, you get a pass. That's not America. That's not fucking America. That's damn near Russia. Them suppressing media and news and shit, and now all of a sudden you gotta kiss the ring of Trump to have any type of say-so? Motherfucker, that is Russia on your own American soil. And the way it's lining up and how quickly they're moving, I think it's gonna take a full-on historical American revolution to bring us back to a crumb of democracy. I don't care what the Trump administration is telling you, America was not in the shitter before he took over. Just because you saw a lot more people that didn't look like you, or your unskilled, lazy ass couldn't go out and make $400,000 a year, that wasn't Biden's fault. America was not in the shitter like they're lying to you. It damn sure wasn't perfect. But we were on our way back. And now it's just like, what the fuck is happening? If Donald Trump loses the presidential election to a Democratic nominee in 2028, how the fuck do we know what's going to happen? We already saw what it looks like when he loses one fucking time, right? Is J.D. Vance going to certify the fucking election? We don't readily know. Kamala Harris sat there and had one of the most inspiring presidential campaigns I've ever fucking seen. And when she lost to that motherfucker who talked shit about her for months on end, she still got up there like a fucking American and did a peaceful transfer of power and certified the election. But here today, we don't know if that's going to be the case 4 years from now because of the motherfuckers y'all put in power. It's so goddamn infuriating.
This is all I got from this video. You all know that woman that was crying. You all know that was how black people were hyperventilating and crying in November 5th, because they knew what the country unleashed. You all were very happy. Majority of you all were very happy. Why? Because you all thought you won. Number one is that some people really do not understand that when people that have been oppressed so badly and people that have learned the history, masterminded the history of their own people, when they tell you something, when they speak, you listen. And you know one thing I have learned so far? For those that do not know, I started talking about history on this channel in 2021, 22, if I am not mistaken. Some people thought I started this channel yesterday. I didn't start this channel yesterday. I've been talking about Black history 3 years ago, if I am not mistaken. 2020, ending up to 2020, let's say 2022. All right. And I have been on it to this very moment. There is something that I have learned about Black people, especially Black women. Black women do not miss it when they tell you something. When Black women tell you something, go heaven and come back. They told you what they told you, and that it's on period. There is nothing that will change what they told you. If you go back and forth, whatever they said is still the same. Just give it time. It will happen. This is what I call pure faffle, right? And you know, also when white woman tears, this is not what tears will bring back. This is not what tears will fix. Nothing will fix this particular period. Nothing. The only thing you will pray is that you hope it gets better, because from the look of things, it is not just, it is affecting, it is going to affect everybody. Because at some point, you know, they were very nonchalant about the whole thing after the election. Black people were venting, some were hyperventilating, some really were down, some just shut down their social media, right? Because they knew what they were going to get themselves into. They knew. They knew what you all voted in. And the way they said it is still happening. And this is just something that I will say that they absolutely need to have a conversation. What white women and other minorities that voted against their own interest need to have a conversation. Man, Black people did their best. They worked so hard. They called you all to help because they knew what was going to happen. They came all out in masses. I thought you all said Black men and Black women are not in unity. And the election came. It was only Black men and Black women that came out for everybody. And now everybody's on the internet crying. You all really have to hold up. Some people are going to drink water this season, just water, but not my people, because they already knew what is ahead. Some people did not know what was coming, what it's going to come. That is why I keep saying they knew it was going to happen. They are ready, because right from the onset, not like they were not ready, they were ready. But they told you people, what you people are doing will actually come back to, leopard is eating up some people's faces, and they think they can come online and scream and shout and cry. I don't know what's the story about that, and cry, but no amount of cry that will change things. A man is unsaid, he is unsaid, and this is going to happen for as long as it is going to. And you already can see how they are working so hard to amend, to add 13 on the amendment. He said he loved the poorly educated. And he said, I am going to vote. I am going to be the president, so you won't have to vote again. So you all better be ready. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.